Okay. Today is a great lesson. People generally do very well with this topic. We're going to solve exponential and logarithmic functions. We have 8 to the x is equal to 162. And what we need to do is we need to get rid of 8. Well, if it looks like this, 8x is equal to 24, how do you get rid of the 8? You divide by 8 because dividing is the inverse operation multiplication, right? Or multiplying by 1/8 is an inverse operation. Well, when it's a base, that's different. I do the log base 8 of both sides. Shout out to Jared. We miss you. We're crying inside. So you can see that I took the log base 8 of both sides. What is that going to do to the left-hand side? Cross those out, leave me with x equals log base 8 of 162. Can I calculate that? Somebody gave you a change of base formula yesterday, correct? And I told you you could take the log of 162 divided by the log of 8. So I take out my handy-dandy calculator. We are going to, because writing out to 6 decimal places takes a lot of time, we're going to write it out to 3. And if you would like to leave it as 2.446 or 2.447, the choice is yours. On the AP exam, they'll either allow you to round to the nearest nearest thousandth, or they will allow you to truncate, which means round down. So doesn't matter. I just list the first 3 decimals, so that's what I would recommend. I recommend the first 3 decimals. So then we're going to try it. We're going to take 8 to the, if I did 2.4, you can see it's not very accurate. But if you do 8 raised to the 2.446, then all of a sudden it's much more accurate. So that's why we do 3 decimal places. Let's look at B. I have a base of E. How do I get rid of a base of E? I take the natural log of both sides, because natural log is a log base E. And what will happen is those are inverse operations. They cancel. I'm left with x is equal to the natural log of dos, or Spanish for 2. So then I get 0.693. You don't need to do letter C, but please do D, E, and F on your own. When you get them done, please put the answers up on the board so we can verify you're correct, and then we'll move on to the next set. You're kidding my school, I guess. All right, so here we go. What do you got? Matches up? Way to go. You guys are awesome. So let's change it up a little bit. Let's try harder problems. Okay? I got to get rid of a base of E, so I will take the natural log of both sides again. And here, instead of just x left over, I have 2x minus 3 left over. And the natural log of 7 is just some number. We will add the 3, divide by the 2, and we get x is equal to 2.472. Not too bad, huh? Next one looks tricky, doesn't it? Oh boy. What should we do first? You could distribute the 2. I would rather divide the 2 off. If I divide the 2 off, I get 9 minus 12 to the 7 minus x is equal to negative 467. What is the next step that you would like to accomplish now? Subtract the 9. When we subtract 9 from both sides, we get negative 12 to the 7 minus x is equal to negative 476. Divide by the negative. 12 to the 7 minus x is equal to 476. Now I have to log base 12, which just sounds absurd, right? It's like log base 12. Are you kidding me? But that's what we do. We can solve the problem. Now it's a piece of cake. Upside down. 7 minus x is equal to, yes. So 7 minus x is equal to that thing. I'm going to punch in my calculator. Log of 476 divided by log of 12. You could press log or natural log as long as it's the same base. Doesn't matter. If you do log divided by natural log, then that won't work. But I get the same answer as you. Yes, somebody doesn't believe me. Terry. We're going to subtract 7 and then divide by negative 1. And we get x is equal to 4.519er. Let's try C on your own. Veggies on it. So I'm going to do problem D. What's the problem with problem D? What's wrong with it? Oh, no. See, some of you guys, when I ask, you do this. You say, it's got 2 different bases. You can't look so overwhelmed right now. We have ways to solve it. Let us persevere. Press forward. Be rotten. Should we do the log base 3 on one side and the log base 2 on another side? That would be total voodoo mathematics, wouldn't it? It's like, let's just add 3 to one side and subtract 8 from another. Totally illegal. Yeah. Awesome idea. Completely incorrect, but thank you for your idea. Let's do log base 2 of both sides. And I just picked one, okay? I just picked one. I decided, you know what? I'm going to try to get rid of the 2. So what happens? 2 goes away, right? And I get 2x minus 3. But what about the left-hand side? Oh, no. What? What? Jens, you can't just make math up. What are you doing? Explain it to us. It sounds like magic. Oh, Jens is using the star quality of awesomeness, and he's just gonna take that. He's just gonna take that expo and he's gonna move it up front because he remembers the lesson from yesterday. So he's gonna put an x plus 1 out front, and he's left over with log base 2 of 3. Cool. All right, I'm getting there. How do I do log base 2 of 3? Yeah, log of 3 divided by log of 2. Handy dandy calculator. Go. I think it's exciting when we do math that you don't know how to do right away, you know? It's like you start learning. I'll distribute that 1.585, so I get 1.585x plus 1.585 is equal to 2x minus 3. I'm going to subtract the 2 from the 1.585x, and I get negative 0.415x is equal to, if I subtract that over, we get negative 4.585. I'm going to divide them. That was a sneeze. Did I make a mistake? Am I okay? Which part? Okay. How about F? That's totally different, isn't it? What do you want to do there? Not yet. Factor, yes, awesome, great. Way to go, Trav. Because e to the x times e to the x is e to the 2x, because you add the exponents. Minus 4 minus 1, good. So I got e to the x minus 4 is equal to 0, and e to the x minus 1 is equal to 0. Or e to the x is equal to 4, and e to the x is equal to 1. Oh no, what do I do? Natural log of both sides. Change your question. Have I seen Tommy Boy 14 times? Yes. Have I seen Tommy Boy 48 times? Yes. Great movie. Okay, so let's change this just a little bit, folks. Just a little bit. Okay, you ready? Suppose this was a plus here. Then it would factor to plus and plus, correct? Then it would be -4 and -1. Can you take the logarithm of a negative number? You can't. Can you take the logarithm of 0? Think about the graph. The graph looks like this. Can you take the log of a negative? No. Can you take the log of 0? No. You can only take the logarithm of positive numbers. You said the domain was greater than 0, so that's why we have to use that, okay? So please keep that in mind. Flip it over. Let's switch it up. If I have log base 5 of x is equal to 2, many of you will think 5 to the second power is 25. But that's going to be a little bit harder when you get to letter E, correct? So let me show you the inverse operation. I'm going to create a base. I'm going to create a base of 5. So log base 5 of x becomes an exponent, and 2 becomes an exponent. What happens here? They go away. I'm left with sweet. Now, I admit, I wouldn't solve the problem like that. I'd just look at it and say, well, it's 25. But a little bit different when you get to letter E. Okay? Keep that in mind. We're going to get rid of problem D, but we're going to do letter B, and then you can do C on your own. Okay? I got to get rid of log base 8. How do I get rid of log base 8? I create a base of 8. Awesome. They go away. I'm left with 3x minus 7 is equal to 64. Add the 7. 3x is equal to 71. X is 71/3. You try letter C on your own. Song by the Beatles. Okay. Subtract 2, and I get log base 2 of 4 minus x is equal to -1. I'm going to create a base of 2. They go away. What is 2 to the negative 1 power? A half. So you have 4 minus x is equal to 1 half. X ends up being equal to 7 halves. Piece of cake, upside down. What about 6? What do you do first? Subtract the 6. 2 natural log of the quantity, x squared minus 2, is equal to 3. Now what? Okay, divide by 2. Natural log of x squared minus 2 is 3 halves. I need to get rid of the natural log. I really don't like it. Base E. Boom. Get x squared minus 2 is equal to, I don't know what e to the 3 halves is, but my calculator does. So Telly takes her calculator last night. She does this. Daddy, what number did I just make? I said, well, you made 10,800,000. Wow, I can't believe I created a huge number. And then she does it again. She's like, I don't know why she goes, Daddy, what number did I just make? It's like, it's not that much different. It's like, try adding 1. 90,800,000. Wow, I can't believe it. Oh my gosh, kid. Like, really? Yeah. All right, so I've got x squared is equal to that. I add the 2. And I square root the answer. And because this is an x squared, I get 2 solutions. X is equal to positive or negative 2.546. Why don't you try letter F on your own? So my friend Lauren does not have a calculator. And because she does not, I wrote the answer without expressing it as a decimal. I wrote it in terms of E, which for calculus class, this next unit, they'll be writing their answers in terms of E as well. So yes, I would ask that on the test that you express this to 3 decimal places, which came out to be. All right, final 4 problems. You guys are hanging in there and doing awesome, awesome work. What makes these last 4 more difficult than the others? Or I should say more difficult, but different. There are multiple logarithms. Oh no, what do we do if there's multiple logarithms? We decide to make 1 logarithm. How can we make 1 logarithm? Oh, wait a minute. We learned it yesterday and then had a checkpoint on it today. What a great educational connection. So we're going to, this is supposed to be x plus 1. So I could create 1 logarithm by writing this as log of x over x plus 1. Now I want to get rid of the logarithm. What base do I take? I create a base of 10. If there isn't a base written, the base is understood to be 10. X over x plus 1 is equal to 100. How would you solve that? Multiply by x plus 1. So I have x is equal to 100x plus 100. So negative 99x is equal to 100. X is negative 100 over 99. How about the next one? Natural log of x plus 1 over x minus 1 is equal to 3. How do I get rid of the natural log? E. And so I get x plus 1 over x minus 1 is equal to e cubed. Now, if we convert that to a decimal, get 20 point, got it, 0.086. Cross multiply. Subtract the 20.086x over the other side, negative 19.086x is equal to negative 21.086. We divide the two and we get x is equal to now, we need to check something. Can you take the logarithm of positive numbers? Can you take the logarithm of negative numbers? Or can you take the logarithm of 0? So if you look at this 1.105 and you were to plug it in, would you end up taking the natural log of a positive or a negative? Natural logarithm of positive or negative? So this is okay, isn't it? Look at this. X is equal to negative 100 over 99. If you plug it into x, will it be positive or negative? Negative. So this is technically a no solution. Yep, extraneous. Because it is not part of the original domain. It is rough. What would you do different for C? Multiply. I have the natural log of. It is factored, so we're going to write as x squared minus 4 is equal to 2. A base of e. X squared minus 4 is equal to, so give me a decimal, 389. So x squared is equal to 11.389. Square root of 11.389. 3 point. Now, I see an x squared, so I list two solutions. However, let's consider it. If you plug 3.3 back in, will it be positive or negative? Positive. If you plug negative 3.3 back in, will it be positive or negative? Negative. So therefore, we can only list one solution. Our last example. You guys are doing very well. Letter D. What do I do first here? Little trick. Yeah, put the 2 up. So log base 3 of 4x plus log base 3 of x squared. Multiply, so log base 3 of 4x cubed. Create a base of. Take the cubed root of 27 over 4, or 27. Hey, where'd you go? 27 divided by 4, and I'm going to raise that to the 0.33 power. 1.889 or 1.890. Oh, sorry. Good work. Again, I apologize. I wish we could just slow class down, but what I've just tried to do over the time is limit, hopefully, some of the homework questions. Wasn't really able to do that yesterday. Hopefully, we're able to get through it. Today's homework assignment, which, by the way, you only have one more this week. A lot of odds, so you can check your answers. Make sure you're keeping up with your math homework. If you're not done with the first 2 lessons, you are behind. I would totally understand if you didn't get yesterday's assignment done. It was lengthy and it was a little bit difficult. So, no, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't. It wasn't. Good job. So, be great today. Go be a leader. Do the important stuff like your after-school activities, and then get to your math when you can, and be ready to learn tomorrow.